Good day, people. Today we'll be looking at lookups, which is another function that has a lot of marks on your exams. So, as you have noticed, that last time we did nested ifs, and I hope that video helped you a lot to understand what's happening in nested ifs. So, nested ifs and lookups have a relationship. We can also say that lookups are like a continuation of nested ifs, right? So we use lookups in case where maybe we might be required to calculate for a lot of options. What I mean is that in nested if we use it if we have more than two options, right? So we can calculate to three or four possibilities without making everything just being congested. But if there's a lot of options, just like in this case, we should use something that we call lookups. So there are two types of lookups. We have H lookup, and then we also have a V lookup. So what is the H for? So the H for on H lookup is for the what? It's for saying horizontally, meaning that whatever we're going to look up, we should look it up in a horizontal manner. And then the VLOOKUP, it just indicates that whatever we're going to look at should be found in a vertical manner. So we'll do an example right now to know really how are we supposed to use these functions. So in your exam, one thing I like about CAT is that they always give you hints on which formula to use or which function to use. So you just have to read the question in parallel so that you can get to understand. And one trick that my teacher taught me regarding lookups is that whatever they're going to ask you there, you should not even panic, because if they're asking for you to look up sales, what you're going to look up is on the left side. So let's just do an example here. In this case, we are having a representation of, I can say, sales, right? Where this person, Zarko, made 144 sales, Boopsy made 672 sales, Losha made 121 sales, and Kona made 489 sales. So we wanna rank them to see which one uh, sold the most, and then according to whatever amount according to whatever quantity they sold, they are administered to a certain level. So it's either bronze, silver, or gold. And then we're also going to check which person is in charge of those sales, or which person is in charge of these people who are making the sales, right? So we have two segregated tables here. One is for the H lookup, one is for the V lookup. So we can start with the V lookup. Let's start with the V lookup. So as I said, V means vertically, meaning going from up to down or down to whatever. I guess you understand what I'm trying to say, right? So as we check here, we can clearly see that the one table that's related to the VLOOKUP is this one here. Why am I saying so? Because if we were to look up for the sales, if we were to check the sales, how are we checking the sales? We're going down from up and going down. So we are going to use a VLOOKUP because of such. As we look on the sales, we are going down. As we look for the levels, we are going down. As we look for the person in charge, we are going down. So we're using the vertical lookup because vertical means from bottom to top or top to bottom, right? So the question will come and they'll say, I don't know what they will say specifically, but they will say something like, look up the, like I said, And they all say in this example, look up the level of these sales, right? So I said that we're going to use VLOOKUP. So we always input an equal sign for our calculations when dealing with Excel. So we'll type in the VLOOKUP. If the question didn't specify which lookup to use, you have to notice that uh, because of the way the question is structured, I have to use this lookup, right? So double click on the lookup. Lookup value just means, like I said, it's a trick that you can learn. The lookup value will always be something that's on your left from where you're calculating. So we're calculating in this cell. So what is on my left is the self value, which is 144. Click on the 144 semicolons. I'm not sure if these are called semicolons, but I swear I'm not dumb. I just forgot, right? And then we see that we have a table array. A table array just means that in which table are you looking for this value that you're calculating. So we're looking for it in this table, but we are going to select the whole table except the headings. So select from there to there, the whole table, semicolons. Column index number. It just means in which number column are you looking for your answer. So we're looking for levels, and if we can check it, 1, 2. Column number 2. Columns we calculate them using what can I say, a vertical manner, right? So it's 1, 2. And then we write 2 because our answer lies in column number 2. And then for the last criteria here, which is range lookup, it's not that important. So we just press enter and then our answer comes up. Right, now before we can jump to HLOOKUPs, let's see if we copy down this formula, will it work or not? So as you can see, it worked for the second one, but the others it didn't work. Now this is because of cell referencing. So what it basically means is that you should put dollars here, dollars before and after the letter, right? We call this cell referencing. Oh, damn, what's happening? Okay, let's see. See, dollar, dollar, Zaga, Chillet, right? And then we press enter. And now let's see if the function will work or malfunction now. Is it? It works. It works. So you shouldn't forget to cell reference, because if you don't, you might end up losing marks. And for cell referencing, you get free marks. In fact, in CAT, if you don't know what to write, just write any function that's related to the question. Put an equal sign. Even if you don't get the correct answer, you'll get a mark. That's one thing I enjoy about CAT. Free marks. So now we need to try out H lookups. Same thing. Equal sign H lookup. What are we looking for? Sales. At this time, we're looking for the person in charge, right? So for these sales, which is the lookup value, semicolon, now we are looking for things in a horizontal manner from X to X, right? From left to right. We are looking for it in these uh, table, because it's now H lookup, the horizontal lookup. So this will be our table array. And like I said before, do not forget to cell reference. So we're going to put a dollar Zaga, Zaga, Mula. Remember, we put the zaga after and before the letter, right? So we're gonna put it here also. Another dollar. Highway, right. And then we'll continue with our formula. We can see that it wants a semicolon. So a semicolon. Now you see now it changed from column to row because rows are horizontal, okay, from left to right. So in which number row are we looking for our answer? For the people in charge, they're in which row number? It's row number 1, 2, 3. So we're going to check. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if it's gonna work. Oh, I made a mistake. I said that we should not select the headings here. So as you can see, I selected the headings. So I'll have to fix my mistake there. Please do not make this kind of mistake when you're dealing with H lookup. Let me reselect only the data besides the headings, right? And then I'm going to put molar again. Zaga. Chelete. Non. Dollar. Right. And then continue for a formula. Colon. Which row number? Row number 1, 2, 3. So it's the third row. 3. Press enter. Let's see what happens. Smile comes up. That smile comes up, the bronze. And then we copy down the formula. You see? The gold one, obvious. Dr. Kosa gets it. So he's the best person in charge of this. So this is how it actually works. H lookup and V lookup. Number one, do not forget to follow the formula because it guides you on how to use it. It guides you on what is required. Number two, when dealing with lookups, the value that you are looking for or your lookup value is always the one on the left side. Number three, do not forget to set reference because you can get free marks from that. Number four, is it number four or number five? I don't remember. Number five. And number four, do not forget if you see that in the exam it's already chai for you, I'll go with you like it's chai. Do not forget to use any formula. Just input an equal sign there and use any formula that you can think of because that will help you to get those free marks that are there. Understand? And lastly, do not forget to pray. So you must remember that God is always on your side. Galatians 6 verse 9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we'll reap a harvest if we do not give up. Thank you.